Hello everybody, my name is Anthony, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as Germany. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So right now we are getting the Common Intern Pack, which should, you know, Poland, Estonia, Latvia, 7 other countries do get the Anti-Common Intern Pack. I don't know what that actually does for us. Like, I do not know what that event does. I'm assuming it'll look like it'll increase the world tension. You know, the Soviets won't like us very much, which isn't surprising. But after this is done, can we do the Sudetenland as soon as this is done? We can. So as soon as we get this anti-common intern, we will demand a Sudetenland. I think they should say yes, but it's not impossible that they do say no. And if they do say no, well, we can easily crush them. We absolutely have more forces than they do. But it could potentially lead to World War II, assuming that France and Britain do decide that they don't like what I'm doing. And at 36% world tension, it's not impossible, even though most of the tension does seem like it's being increased by the... Yeah, I mean, most of it, other than the war goal we just fight on Poland, which we didn't really even need to do, it's really just the Japanese. Even the Soviets are kind of doing more than what we're doing. And I think China and Japan are still fighting. And I want to support Japan. I think having Japan as an ally is... or having China as an ally is probably better than Japan, even though it looks like they could be winning. I have seen a lot of times where China just wins. But it looks like they actually, well, they are in a different union. They are part of the Chinese United Front with the People's Republic of China, so I guess it's not impossible that China maybe just can't join our faction now because they're part of their own. But we'll see. China's not aligned and world tension needs to be at least 40%. So that could happen soon. There we go, nationalist Spain is over. Disappointingly enough, we weren't able to save Spain, but they are, you know, they're communist. Which means that they are probably going to be supported by the Soviets. They might even, well, they're in a non-aggression pact. They could join the Common Intern, which wouldn't be impossible. Hopefully they don't, though, because if they do join the Common Intern, that means we can't invade them. I was thinking that as soon as we probably push into France, we'll probably just keep pushing into Spain. But maybe that won't be possible. We have one military factory. We should probably, like, get some planes going. Tactical bombers, fighters. Yeah, I think fighters are just good. So we'll just get more and more fighters. If anything, we really want to actually stop having as many rifles being made, but we just need a lot of them. How about we cut rifle production by a little bit, increase support equipment production, and then also increase fighter production. Because fighter production, it just seems like it's good for us. We need a little bit of rubber, so I guess we can just go to Brazil. UK, the Dutch. Well, we can't really trade with people that we are going to be at war with. So Siam, we'll try to get you. We got our economy tech. We got one more industry, so I guess throw that into plane production as well. 2.77 a week. I mean, it's still pretty low, I think at least. But it should be fine. It's better than it was. We did 2, but now we have surplus, fantastic, and now we have some research slots available. So we got this, so we might as well go for the next level as well. 178 days. We are still in 1937, so the 38 research isn't completed yet. It's not ready to be researched. But other than that, we should be gone. We only have 78 political power, so we can't really upgrade any of these things quite yet. And does anybody else want to join our faction? No, they still won't say. Italy still won't say yes. I'm pretty sure when the war starts, Italy will join our side, but until then, it's just not likely. Japan... I don't know if we want Japan, though. They could just be a liability. We'll think about it in the future, but I think for right now, we'll just kind of ignore Japan. They can do whatever they want to do over here in Asia. And we are still boosting our political opinion in Turkey and the United States. How are they doing, by the way? We're at 40%, and in the United States, we are currently at 31%. So staging a coup would not be the worst thing. I think basically what the coup does, it basically starts a civil war within the United States. And I think the higher of a percentage this is, the more land they'll get. Like, will you guys join my faction? They won't. But yeah, we want this number to be high, because if we do stage a coup, then hopefully this number will be big enough that they will have a majority of this country and can win easily. But either that or have them be high enough by November 1940 and then they could just win the election. Same with these guys as well. I mean, at 40%, they are pretty close to just being able to succeed right away. We have some more troops we can deploy. We can really deploy everything we want to at the moment. Okay, there we go. Military mission to China. I kind of want them. No, our advisor will stay. It'll make Japan not like us very much, but that's fine. So we're gonna let's get the Sudetenland. And then I think after that we can we just push for the first Vienna reward if we get Sudetenland. And after that, yeah, we can just go first Vienna reward and then just go and annex the rest of Czechoslovakia. And we could if we wanted. No, we need at least 50,000 men to do Danziger War. We'll do that, you know, in the future. I mean, hopefully they just say yes. I mean, our troops, we do have more men here. I mean, they are training at the moment. So maybe when this reaches about UK gets the Munich conference, world tension increases by 2. For our wards, okay, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, as soon as this goes down to maybe like 10 days or a week left, we'll probably just cancel the exercising, just so our troops can be ready to invade as soon as it becomes available. I mean, we might not even need to invade, depending if they just fold. But I think at 43% world tension, they might just say no. I know 50% matters, but I don't know what happens at 50%. And I feel like maybe we should just deploy some troops. They're still green. They'll be trained at level 2. Let's see, what are our current guys? Like, what are your experience levels? So you can see these guys are trained, these guys are regulars. So what does green look like? Okay, so it's like this. So we could train these guys up if we want to. Try to level them up. So how about, yeah, everybody on this front exercise. We have a handful of green guys here, but not too many that I'm really worried about that. So, yeah, purple will exercise. Try to get their experience up so that they're no longer green. Gives a 25% modifier, which is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. This gives a 25% bonus. We have one more factory. Once again, I think putting it into planes. I've read that having a lot of fighters is generally a good thing, so... And then these guys right now, they are... Yeah, no, they're still all green. 42 out of 68%. So yeah, we'll probably wait for them to get up to trained before we do anything. Having them be green generally is... If it has a negative 25% modifier, that is a huge modifier. We can improve relations, guarantee the independence of Hungary. That makes them more likely to join our faction. Most of these guys do not want to say yes quite yet. I think invading Yugoslavia would not be a terrible idea either. But we'll probably wait until the war actually begins before we do that. We'll put one more guy into... Oh, actually, we have our needs for field infantry equipment, so... Maybe we'll just kind of cut this down. We'll probably need more in the future. Put those two here. I guess we can actually just fill this entire thing up. So now, what is our surplus? We're getting 85 more a day, so fantastic. I mean, having more is always better than having less, so getting a nice stockpile. The only thing we have a stockpile of is infantry equipment. Everything else we just don't have enough of. So maybe we should actually just get rid of a handful of things, and then kind of put this into other stuff that we need. So artillery, tanks, heavy tanks, and then, let's see, logistics. So it's increasing by only 31 instead of, okay, 27 instead of 85, but it's still completely fine. Insufficient resources. We need tungsten. Where can we get tungsten from? Portugal. You are not my enemy, so we'll trade with you. We can modify our government because we do have enough points. So let's see, what do we have? Partisans, political power gain. I mean, that makes sense to have. Conversion costs, factory construction speed. These are both just the same guy, so that doesn't really seem like it'd help us. I think, yeah, okay, let's get this captive industry. It'll get us, okay, we'll close that then. But being able to build factories faster makes sense. Sounds like a good thing to have. And this is what, converting? No, no, this is building, and then these ones down here are for converting. Got new technology finished, so we got some more. We got a lot of things we got to see research. So, research time minus 3%, reinforcement rate plus 5%. Well, I think having this would make more sense. Being able to research things faster is always good, because it'll speed up everything else, so how's Poland doing? I think a war against Poland would be easy. War against Czechoslovakia would be easy. War against these guys. There's a 21 stack in wherever the hell this province is. Wallonia. That's a lot of men just having sitting on one province. It seems like it's a bit much, but they're still green. I mean, we'll probably just let them level up all the way. No reason to deploy them quite yet until we need to Danziger War. When we need to do this decision, then we'll deploy all the men. But until then, it's not really needed. Infantry equipment. Well, yeah, 1.7 thousand. I don't know how much each army needs, but as soon as these guys get deployed, we're probably going to use up all of our stockpile here. Fighters. Yeah, we're getting quite a bit. 4.7. I mean, do we have any planes in reserves, or are they all getting placed into? No, they're all still reinforcing these guys, which is good. I don't know if there's any more boats that we can deploy. Fire at will. I mean, we don't make a lot of boats. We make a handful a year, which is like nothing. Got one more factory. Okay, so let's put this into military. Once again, we'll put this into rifles. Needs are fulfilled. Fantastic. This is still just building 5. The next building 42. Okay. We'll take a year for all 5 of these to get finished. And then this is just converting these factories. So I'm assuming the factories that we're converting are still being used to build this stuff, and then they'll just get converted later. Goes to Fort Land forts. Do we even need forts? Are they really useful? I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, we have some forts because we got the Western Wall idea. But oh, did we actually get it? Oh, fantastic. They just said yes. Well, okay, if that's the case, then we will just go straight to First Vienna award. We will get the idea to get Czechoslovakia. Yeah, they need to redeploy at least a little bit. Okay, well, you guys, the front line has changed. So we'll drag you, yeah, over there. The front line doesn't go there, so just delete this front line, because that doesn't do anything. Look how stupid, look how this dumb Czechoslovakia looks. Like, look how, it looks awful. Like, we need to annex the rest of Czechoslovakia just so it doesn't look like this anymore. We'll just get the rest of our Czechoslovakian plans finished with. We'll probably need to invade Romania. I don't know if they're ever going to join us. 16, 18. In 1941, they'll have an election. But by 1941, we'll definitely be at war, so we'll decide their fate then. We'll increase rifle production. We have free dockyards as well. I'm probably just going to make them... Just make submarines. Submarines are always good. And it doesn't look like this guy's completely filled out. You could use probably like a handful, just one more troop just to be standing on this border. So, how will we assign this guy to that front? And then is he going to go to with a province which... Yeah, okay, he'll go to the province that he's needed in. So that is fantastic. I like how at least the front line did change as soon as the borders changed. I didn't need to edit that at all. And this will be done in 41 days. Not 41. It's 15 days through. Okay, so Hungary likes us more. Everybody else likes us less. So what is the Hungarians were one of the people that suffered the worst after the Great War. Well, that's fine. Hungary will like us, and then maybe I'm assuming that'll let them join us. Hopefully. They're getting bomber focus. Well, I was going to say we should guarantee their independence, but we won't do that. You can only guarantee fascist nations. I'm assuming none of these guys are fascist. These guys are actually democratic. which is an issue because we are definitely going to need to invade them at some point. That is absolutely going to need to happen. So let's just kind of fill out infantry. Always just having enough rifles, I think, just makes sense. And are these guys, are they still green? They are, even though they're 90 out of 89%. I mean, we'll see what happens. Excavation 1, which I think got us research gain efficiency. It is 38. So did anything new become available? Yes, okay. Support weapons and improved infantry equipment. Absolutely should get some of those. Because we have a lot of infantry. Let's see. Can we check that? Logistics. There's somewhere where we can see exactly. As it, army? Yeah, we have 69 infantry divisions. We have 8 heavies. 3 light tanks, 2 cavalry, some mountaineers, some SS divisions. But we have a lot of infantry. It's really definitely focused in one way over the others. But I think we're just going to deploy all the Brandenburg troops. I have no clue where they're going to go. We'll deploy half of them over there. Half of them can go... I was going to say Czechoslovakia, but they don't really need to be there. We'll deploy them on this front, because there's so many Belgians. I don't know why they have a 21 stack. To me, it seems like a bit much, but... what do I know? And how's this plan? This plan right here... okay, no, that's over in Denmark. That plan does not matter in the slightest right now. Are they democratic? Democratic. These guys are all democratic. Finland is not aligned. But most of these other people are democratic, which is kind of an issue. Turkey, you guys are at 44%. United States are at 34%. We're spending a lot of political power on doing that. So how about we just guarantee the independence of Hungary? Will they join the faction? Does not look like it. They do like us a lot, but it's not enough. So we'll probably wait until we can guarantee their independence as well. They won't do it. Well, we'll guarantee Hungary at least, just so that they'll be more likely to join. Maybe as soon as the first Vienna Award is done, they will actually join us. Hopefully. I mean, they don't have to if they don't want to, but they kind of need to. And is anybody else even part of the Axis? I don't think I've invited a single another country. I don't think anybody else is part of this. I don't remember how to even look at this. Okay. We can go to open country list. Yeah, no. Right now it's just us. Comintern is Mongolia. I mean, mostly Comintern is just Soviet Russia right now, but we got China. And then the allies have a decent list. Who are the major countries right now? China. I mean, people who you would expect. I mean, more countries can join that in the future. But I think for right now it's fine. How many brigades do we have as well? We have 102. That's not too bad. Could be a lot worse. We have a lot of planes. We have a decent amount of planes. And I think we should just get more. Planes are always good. There's never a bad time for planes. And does converting make them faster? Here's the next building. Yeah, 115. It's slightly faster. It's not actually even that much faster. But it's faster by about, like, a month and a half. I mean, I guess that actually is quite a big difference when there is only, like, 15 years of total game time. Still need a lot of production. We're making 14 support equipment, and we still don't even have enough. Okay, so to follow Nanjing, which is somewhere in China. I don't know exactly where Nanjing is. I guess right there. So maybe China would be a good ally. Or being a bad ally. Maybe Japan would be better. We shall see. We'll see where they go with China. I mean, they're fascist. And they would not invite... they won't join our faction because they're a major nation. And they think that they're better off without us. Even though that's obviously completely false. We could also deploy the SS divisions, the Panzers, and the Light Panzers. Well, you know what? We'll do that. We will send them over to southern Poland? definitely need to edit this. Yeah, we'll send all these guys, I guess, to southern Poland. I mean, I see, no, the light panzers will send to here, but everybody else will be on that front. So right now, we should win basically anywhere we want to. And did we have enough men to Auschwitz if we wanted to? We could. So we could declare World War II very, very soon. But I think we're going to go for Fate of Czechoslovakia first, just because if you look at the tree, I'm not 100% too sure what the dotted line means, but I'm assuming that means it's automatically done. I do not know, but I feel like it's just automatically you do that, so... You get the Danziger War, then you immediately go to war with France. I mean, we're going to do that. We do have some foreign claims to, Danzig and all that. And, we will invade them. So the first Vienna award is... I keep saying reward, it's award. But it's going to be done in 4 days. And then we'll get Fate of Czechoslovakia. I mean, we could just invade Czechoslovakia the good old-fashioned way, fabricate a claim. But I feel like that would actually just take longer. And the Fate of Czechoslovakia just lets you annex anybody. So, once again, we'll go into... I mean, we could just go to war with the USSR right now. It seems a bit much, but we're going to go Fate of Czechoslovakia. I mean, declaring war against the USSR doesn't even make sense. We don't even have a border with them or anything. Also, we got the new Panzer tanks. Fantastic. And I think they were medium tanks, right? Even though we have no brigades that actually use medium tanks. I'm looking at the wrong thing entirely. Okay. So 1941. We only got these guys because they had the event ahead of time bonus. So let us get support weapons 2. And go to production. Let's start producing at least some heavy tanks. Or some of the Panzer IIIs. They take a little bit less resources as well, which is nice. It's going to slow down production at least a little bit, but also we don't have enough tungsten. Okay. Well, Portugal, give me more tungsten. Really, that's about it. And yeah, the medium tanks aren't being used for anything, so we're going to basically create a division. We are going to create a variant of the heavy panzer. And instead of these guys, they're just all going to be medium tanks. Even though these... I mean, it's got a slightly less thick line. That's really the only way you can tell there's a difference. But this is going to be the medium panzers. We'll save that. So yes, we are using the medium panzers. But what we should do is we should still have a heavy, even though we're not going to be using them a lot. Well, at least not right now. We'll get like 2 up here and then 1 on there. We're only making 3 of these a year, which is pretty bad, but hopefully production efficiency should go up very, very soon. And what do we not have enough of? Tungsten. We need more tungsten. Portugal, give me even more tungsten. There we go. Yeah, just give me all the tungsten in the world. Aircraft designer, ship designer, tank designer. This is just research time, isn't it? It is. Chief of Navy, Chief of the Air Force. Okay, air support, experience gain, or less bad weather penalty. Interesting. We don't have an air invasion, so we actually just can't do that one. So let's get air support plus 10%. We are not very far into this. We got the next level of what is it? Dispersed industry. So we could get even more research or resource gain efficiency. But I feel like for right now, we're done with this tree. 1940, no, not next year. Year after that, we can start getting some atomic research. Let's see, what do we have for air doctrine? Direct ground support was 20%. I think we need some more air stuff. So, like, what is this? Early, I mean, we'll research that. It's very, very quick. Only 98 days. Does that just mean they can go on transports? Enables... Oh, no, that's actually awful. I don't care about that. Probably should get something that's actually useful. Yeah, it's just abandon the other thing. We had 3% progress. That's nothing. That doesn't matter to us. So Sudetenland, invade Czechoslovakia. I think we're just going to go to speed 5 and just let this finish out. And it should be an easy war, right? Like, you guys on the Eastern Front, you guys are saying that this should be pretty much a slam dunk, right? Yeah, we have some guys that are trained. We have... Actually, a lot of these guys are regulars, which is awesome. So they just have a nice modifier to them. But I think as soon as this is about... Around 50 days, we get to stop training. But we are definitely going to go over Czechoslovakia. Hopefully this does not start World War II, but it very easily could. We're only at 41%. We're not at 50, which I believe is the number that they can intervene. But hopefully it just never happens. I'm surprised that we only have 60% fascist in Germany. You'd think it'd be more than that. You got that 46, February. I mean, that'll happen very, very soon. November 1940, I think, is just a little bit maybe too far off. War propaganda. Okay, so they're getting this. So they could be getting some prepared intervention. We'll see what they do. But it's very likely that they are going to go for War Plan Black. And I'm hoping that we can avoid that. I mean, let's start staging a coup. Why would we ever stage a communist coup? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, so we can actually choose what states it fires in? Well, obviously we want, like, the northern part of the country, because I feel like this is where the most industry is. So... New York... Can I only choose one? New Mexico... What the hell is New York in this list? Okay, well then, fine. We'll start in New York. I'm assuming that it's going to cost even more, because we're doing both. But I think it's expected to finish July 27th, 1939. That seems really, really soon. Oh, they just... Okay, no, I thought they just got automatically annexed, but that's not the case. Okay, we'll turn that down. So we can set up Slovakia as a puppet state. Partition it with Hungary. All of it becomes... I mean, we just annexed the country? I thought there would be a war. Oh, that was... I thought there would be a war. I'm very, very disappointed in this. Political power minus 50. Well, we have enough. I don't really see... It's like Hungary gets a handful of land. I mean, I think that would make them like us a lot more. No, we're just going to annex the entire country. The Czechs must be protected from themselves. Well... I'm surprised. Really? That didn't really generate anything? We just annexed an entire nation, but that's fine. So assuming these guys just don't have orders anymore, because the country that they were bordering with doesn't exist, so... I guess you just go over here. And then you go northwards. Like, there's really nothing the Polish can do. When war starts with Poland, they are completely screwed. There's nothing at all in which they can do. Yeah, like, this is probably a bit much. Will they join our faction? They're actually really, really close. They feel threatened by us, and I'm not surprised. I can't blame them, honestly. Well, we are going to start getting Danziger War. We have some military factories, which I think we got from Czechoslovakia. We will throw those into... Are we actually already filled this completely out? Okay. Well, then we'll throw this into medium tank production. We can deploy even more troops. And we'll probably put those on the Western Front. Like, these guys don't have a limit, right? Like, you're completely fine. Yeah, like, this is, There's a lot of troops right now. They can't be feeling too great about what's happening. But they really, really don't like us. They really, really do not like us. And can we set up an offensive line after that goes into France? No, we actually can't. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Okay, well, it's kind of fine how it is. Low manpower. We don't have a lot of free manpower. Okay, you're right about that, game. You are right about that. How do I get more manpower? Naval rearmament. Was there something we can do here? Oh, limited conscription. No, service by requirement, obviously. Yeah, we probably should have been doing this. This armed nation. 10%. Because right now we have 2.5%. All adults serve, 20% at war. Scraping the barrel. No, service by requirement. As soon as we have 3... Okay, we should definitely save up our points for that then. I probably should have figured out that we needed to do something about that earlier. But I do feel like this is going to be the end of this episode, so if you've enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. If you're not enjoying, you can always